work at, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Hey, Runaway.
Oh, you bastard.
Why do you think the Minecraft movie's going out?
Why?
Because it's such a blockbuster.
Thank you for saying
Anyways,
what I
y'all,
wanted to, but
so...
couldn't.
So now that Raptor has, crashed the stream a little bit, we're now into stream number 4. This is going to be getting to the K-On! Segment. It's pretty much all we got in K-On! We're going to swiftly move back to the train station. We're going to move on to the next city, which will be Nerdville. Now, if you hear Runaway talking in the background, he's talking to our good friend Raptor.
Take him.
Puff Daddy. I don't know why Puff Daddy's there, but moving on, we got the Taylor, so we're going to take this and we're going to go swiftly to Nerd City. So Nerd City, just like Jen's Ice Kingdom, or Nerdville, was also a product of the first city expansion. So it was built at the same exact time as Jen's. So Nerdville, just right along with Jen's Ice Kingdom, is, basically the first two major cities to be expanded outside of Wasteland. So,
Straight beneath you, there's 2 chests.
I will warn you, Nerdville is not that built up. It's very
Okay,
unfinished.
I'm talking to
Kinda
you.
ugly.
Straight beneath you was
Oh.
2 chests.
Straight beneath me? What do you mean?
Yep.
Back here?
Go down. Like, dig.
More?
In that box in front of you.
What? Oh. And what is this about?
I don't know. I saw it through the floor when you were...
Oh. So we got
I
just
don't know
some
what it
random
is.
stuff down here. Who really knows what this is all about? But
It's gonna be bigger.
alright, so this is Nerdville Station. Honestly, a really nice station. Nerdville itself is unfinished. It's the first ever attempt on an island. You can see the area around it's really screwed. That would be my fault. But in general, the area was already kind of cooked. There's just kind of stuff here in Nerdville. It's all kind of okay builds, but it's all kind of stuff. So you can see his attempt at a frickin' beach palm tree thing. I don't know if the shaders would still probably make it look good, but unfortunately we had to turn this off because I guess freaking too damn laggy. So we got his hamster wheel, and then we also got the devil herself, Nerd's little sister's house thing, if you can call it that. Every possible block under the sun that we could possibly pick is in this house. So we're gonna move swiftly on from Nerd's City, because why the hell would we talk about Nerd City for too long if we're being honest? We're gonna move back into the train station, y'all. We're 4 cities down, a lot more to go. You'll notice a lot of these cities are kind of small compared to Wasteland. We'll get to some bigger ones later on. But right now we're gonna move on to Soder. Last thoughts about Nerdsville over here, Runaway, anything?
Not really. A lot of the buildings are not centered. They're
Yeah,
like
pretty
one
much.
block off on certain sides.
Pretty much. So now we're gonna move on to Sodor. Y'all, Sodor was probably my first city, or at least one of mine that deviated from Wasteland.
Okay,
I'm a
there's
big
a couple
childhood Thomas
houses in
fan.
this one. I don't remember where all of them are, but I know where at least one is, I think.
I'm a big childhood Thomas fan. So honestly, I want to recreate Sodor now. Y'all, I must admit, Sodor kind of sucks. Alright, I didn't finish it. I did actually build a lot more of an area at one point, but it got deleted. So now this is all we have of Sodor.
Go
We
straight.
got this station. So Runaway's first secret, he's going to have us go straight. We got the conductor out. We'll actually take him to go a little throughout Sodor, but where am I going straight?
Keep going straight. There should be a warehouse on your left.
Yeah, so this is actually a good point that Runaways brought us to. Back here was one of Sodor's little warehouses. Sodor's a very expansive area with a little in it because I didn't work on it enough.
In one of the houses, I believe I did put a house.
We're gonna assume in this warehouse. Yeah.
Yep.
So this warehouse has another one of Runaway's secret houses, because of course it does. It's a warehouse, but it has a house. Warehouse, house, no, same thing. So, I don't know how many, if y'all are keeping a tracker of how many Runaway secrets we got a good amount. I don't know if it shows that on stream. Please don't do that, because I don't know if it shows that on stream. But yeah, we got all the engines here. If we run back, we're gonna actually, to get around Sodor, since it's such an elongated area, we're going to take the conductor's ticket. We're gonna go up in here, and I didn't even know I clicked anything, y'all, and yet I still clicked it.
Remember, there's Nick's area somewhere in Sodor-ish.
Oh yeah, I forget that there's an actual interior to this place. It's loud. Alright. It really does. Sorry for the ear rape. We won't take it back, y'all. We'll fly the rest of the way. Oh no. It also takes way longer than it should have loaded. This is, I actually don't even remember. That one's Tidmouth Station, I believe. Or it's Knapford. No, that one's Knapford. This is Tidmouth Station. You can see the build school actually started trying to make a little area out here for Tidmouth. But Tidmouth Station, we got Gorin and Duck. Or, no, Oliver. Shit, I'm forgetting my Thomas lore. That was supposed to lead off to another little section over there. Back here, you'll actually see the engine sheds. If you all watch the show, you know, you got all the main 7 engines. Emily is not here, because fuck her. Fuck bitches. Anyway, up here, continuing, we got this really shitty tunnel. This was actually a test we did with the our World Ed Bedrock Command version thing, where basically you look and a square appears. But this is supposed to be Henry's tunnel. You can see the friggin' mountains seeping through, so that's not great. Told you this place is kind of shitty. We got another small station. Who even remembers its name? It doesn't matter. We'll keep going over here. We'll have the shitty old bridge, shitty old river. Lots of shitty stuff. This is actually one of the cool ships that we built along here. This is why am I not remembering names? I got no clue. But this is the ship that that new Titanic was there and didn't really do as much as it should have to save it. If we keep going forward, we'll reach this station, which is another stop with Gordon on the main line. Express does stop, yep. So the express stops here. And then Nick took Gordon's Hill and the rest of this area and turned it into a build school area, so it's looking kind of crazy now. But Sodor was already looking crazy, so can't even be too mad. We can keep going along the main line, up Gordon's Hill and around the bend to over here. I don't actually remember what the station's called here. We got here Maron Station. Clearly Gordon does not stop there, it seems. And we keep going here to the final station I got to, this small little station, which Gordon does also not stop at, which is Baldrin. So a pretty nice lineup. Obviously, clearly very unfinished, kind of ugly, very old, you can tell, very old build style, but this is also, y'all will know the scene, and that's actually perfect where the sunset is. It's a beautiful shot. We got we got Duck, Thomas, and Percy there. I am very rusty. But, yeah, and at the end of the nice river. So that's it, y'all. I'm not going to make us run all the way back. Instead, I'm going to teleport us back to Waston. If y'all aren't subscribed, if y'all ain't liking, if y'all ain't commenting, you know what to do. Start sharing, start mooring, start getting on that shit. We better have ish if you don't. You know how it is. So, back to Waston. The main city. That is all the main cities that you can get to via land, via train. Now, we gotta go a little crazy, y'all. We gotta start taking ship. So, we gotta start taking ship. So we're gonna enter the ship. This ship is the SS Nomadic. SS Nomadic takes you from Wasteland, travels you all the way down the nice little river that we'll explore to Uber Shalut, which is Nick's city. Nick's first ever really city, I think. Uber Shalut is basically, it's an island, a stone island. You'll see it in 2 seconds. It is the first ever major island that was built following the creation of the river and the oceans and all that stuff, all that fun stuff. Yours is not an island. You'll see Burglarson's over here. Very small. But we got this. We got the main river that leads into the big ocean. So there's a lot going on in the Uber Shalut. I wish we had Nick here to help me explain it, but we gonna try and run down through it as quick as we can. So we got first the small port. Originally, Uber Shalut was meant to be a military city. It was later not
In one
made
of
into
those
no longer a military city.
things, there should be a house, by the way.
One of these two?
No, oh, maybe actually, I don't remember if I put it in one of those or if I put it inside of like the stone.
Well, Nomadic and Normandy have vast interiors. We already saw Nomadic. We'll come back to Traffic later. I don't know why I said Normandy. Nomadic and Traffic. We'll come back to Traffic later, but we go over here. We'll see some of the old areas that was used for the old military base that was located here. Some old military factories. We still got some military vehicles here. If we come over here, we got the main village. You'll see Nick followed a very subtle theme. I like it. This is another strong theme. I don't think it's as strong as places like Kaon, but it's still got a nice military, rustic, stone, hard theme to it. We like it a lot. We got the bank. You know, he's got some interiors. They kind of lit. We got the grocery store. But, you know, a lot of the houses are just here. You know, that's how most of these places go. This is actually one that I built. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like a police station. We actually have the train station for Uber Shalut itself. It was never hooked up or finished, so it can't physically take us around. But we got these two towers. These are Harland and Wolf's two towers. Specifically built for Harland and Wolf. Thank you, Nick. Harland Wolf is my business. Y'all will know in real life they are these shipbuilders that made Titanic. I stole their name, and they are now my shipbuilding company. So this one, the left tower, this is like our offices. This is where I kind of do the paperwork. You know, I have down what I need to have down, the blueprints, all that shit. This one is not open for the public. This is my personal office tower. Got the company orders.
I don't remember.
If y'all want to know some of the ships that are getting built, we got Gage's ships.
I think at the top there might be a house, by the way.
Ooh, alright, we'll check that out in 2 seconds. These are some of the ships by Emergency Lines. So yeah, we'll keep on moving
I know
up.
what you're talking about. Yep, we haven't gotten to that one yet.
This is the big ocean. So this was the first ever massive ocean that wasn't constructed by hand. We will actually be viewing this one shortly, not in its entirety, but we will view the one that's by hand. We'll go back to that. Runaway built it himself by hand. It's kind of crazy. We're going to view some of the secrets in there later on. Well, we got to finish up with some of these art cities first. You know how it be. So moving out here, you can go across the street. You can see the Twisting Azalea Garden. Take a souvenir. So Nick actually set up some, this is sponsored by Uber Tour. Nick actually set up some Uber Tours, I guess is what they're called, where there's key locations which you can visit, and actually set up some souvenirs, which is a nice touch. Unfortunately, this spot is actually happens to be right outside an old military base, so that's not great, but if we go over here, we can go to my other tower. I have my nice garage in between, but we can go to my other tower. Also for Harland Wolf. This one's for the public. This is where the public comes in. They go to Helen. They, you know, they do that. They call me. They get their orders done. They can come and look at the ship gallery. Some ships we built before. This was the first ever ship I built. We're actually going to look at him in 2 seconds. Eddie, the Edmunds Fitzgerald. Most of my ships are built from Ritual Arouse tutorials. If you know him, You don't know? Go check him out. He's got the best ship tutorials on planet Earth, on beaten #1. But most of them are built from him, and Eddie is no exception. This one is. This is the Supreme Lear's yacht. So this was Gage's personal yacht. That one was not built by Rick Lifestyle. It's mine. This was built by Crafty Fox. He's also pretty good. This is a military ship. He's pretty good at the military stuff. We got more blueprints. If we keep going up, we can see some more pretty much Rich Valera's ships. Lusitania, we built his. We got the Olympic class, also the Olympic class under construction. And if we go up, this is the room's empty, but we got our meeting room. This is where we meet with different ship companies and decide what's the best ship for them in their scenario. You know, we talk about pricing, we talk about all that. And we even got our prices right here. And that is Harlan and Wolf's main 2 office buildings. Runaway, did you say you have something in one of these 2 towers?
I think there's one at the top, if I remember correctly.
At the top?
Might be the other one.
We will check out the other one really quickly. Boom, bam. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that's nice, too. It looks like something right out of Harlan and Wolf. So it's another one, Runaways. If you're keeping the tally, get the tally. I will actually keep this one. This is, you know, sometimes I have to do some late nights at Harlan and Wolf. I wouldn't even mind sleeping over. We're going to come back to that later. We're going to come back to all that later and extra stuff. Because it's kind of involved in Monteregione. Alright, well. We got some other houses in here. This is Nick's car shop. He's got tons of cars. You know, these are all custom cars built by Nick, which is kind of insane. They look like something from Dr. Seuss. I love them so much, actually. Nick's surprisingly good at building cars. He should have started his own car building business. None of us have cars in the main city, as you saw earlier. All of our garages was empty, so we could have.
Well, I don't think any of them fit in the garages. I think that was the main problem. I have a forklift.
He has a forklift. But nothing in our main garages. Over here we got a watermelon mark. Moving on, we got these 2 offices. Now, these offices are actually stolen by Runaway. Runaway, would you like to tell your side of the story of how you got absolutely thieved from?
I built the house. I built them, and he said, "Let me do the interiors," and then he copy pasted them in his own city.
Pretty much.
Without asking me.
Pretty much, but you know, all those that ends well. He got the break block team. I don't really know what any of this is. I think it's supposed to be some tech thing. We ain't even gonna look at all that. Low key, we gonna keep it moving. We gonna keep it moving. The game. You know how it be. Anyways. Over here, I have no clue what the heliante Nick was thinking. We just got some random ass houses. Some crap for some building.
You don't have your voice to be shared.
This one's really nice. This one's really, really nice. I will say, I didn't even notice this. I don't know when he built this, but I'm just noticing now. I really love this front. I think it's just this. This is a nice pattern. This is new. I don't know when the hell he built it. But I really like the front there. Nick's got some sleepers. I will say he's got some freaking sleepers in here, some solid sleepers. We're gonna touch on Harlan Wolf's main area in a second. This is the school. So Nick actually sold the original school and wasted 2 Runaway. He's got the deed as we saw earlier in the ship. But right here we have Uberschultz, brand new school. He never finished really an interior. I helped him build the exterior, but he does got a little bit of an interior started. The eatery and diner. I didn't actually know all that. It's actually really nice interior. So he started working on this. He never finished, unfortunately. A little bit of a pattern in this world. But he's got this. UC Uberschultz College. This had major potential. Could have been insane, unfortunately. I guess it's just never meant to be. But if we move over here, we can see this nice little Uberschultz one and only greenery area. Nice little grass picnic area. You know, everywhere's got to have some greenery. This was pretty sure built by you, Runaway, yes?
Yep.
So, Runaways are certified nature builder.
There may or may not be a house in that dirt mound.
there's any nature, you know it's got to be built by Runway 2014. There is indeed a nice little area inside the dirt mound. What does this go to? Oh,
He didn't like taking your boats.
alright, this is a spoiler. This is a spoiler. Y'all don't see this. It ain't real. If you watching, you ain't liked and subscribed, do it now. Lock in. Alright, y'all. We back. Back in Uber. So, this is a prison that we started building. We never finished it. Moving swiftly on. We got more houses, you know, tons of sleepers. Nice little statue thing he had going. Cliffside train he never finished. What's going on here? You got this building.
That's
I don't really
new.
know what this building is. Dune Racer. Oh, this was going to be his arcade. Honestly, lit design for an arcade. Moving on. So over here was going to be, you know, how they had the field at the old school. This was going to be his college's, you know, build school area. It actually is pretty lit looking. This is actually an apartment that he built originally for Wasteland. Moved it here, completely fair. It is really nice. It locked in. This place is nice too. Really like the copper heart design from the outside. This was supposed to be his bank. Never finished, or no, another bank. I don't actually know what that is because he's got another bank over there, but it was never finished. This, I think this is, maybe he was going to build cars here. I don't know what that was supposed to be. But yeah. Another unfinished area. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. He's got another tower there. He's got this epic plane that's also, I can just tell from Crafty Fox. I don't actually know what type of plane this is, but it's illegal because it's a military vessel. That's what I do know. Or a military vehicle. Needs to be confiscated. Anyways. We will move on to the last little parts of Uber Chalut. Over here, we have the big port. This is where we'll start seeing the major ships that I've been building for the server. So, like I said, most of these people are from Ritual Rouse. Make sure to check them out. Don't worry, I am capable of making my own ships, but why do it when the best ones are already built? You know how it be. So we got Edmonds Fitzgerald, my first ever one, owned by Nick. He currently doesn't have him in service. He's just kind of a beautiful stock piece for the beautiful city of Uber Chalut. Over here, then we got some of the major company ships. So Aquitania is owned by Raptor and Runaway, actually. She's a beauty. And then we have Olympic and Titanic here, you know, the two sister ships. And they are owned by Gage Hayes. Supremacy Lines, I believe, is what he named his ship company. Some of the ships, like
Sovereignty.
Sovereignty, might be Sovereignty. I don't know. I think Sovereignty is right. But Olympic and Titanic, some of the ships do actually work. They have full interior, or not full interiors, but they have some interiors, and Olympic and Titanic are one of them. We'll come right back to that. But first, we gotta go back here. This is the old military, another part of the old military base. He wants to lead it, actually, so we'll just skip right over it. And then we have my area of Uber Chalut. Harlan and Wolf needs to have their very own shipbuilders, and I decided Uber Chalut is the perfect place for it. So this is our shipbuilders. These were our first two original slipways, with our tiny one and big one meant for big ships. We'll just look at the front. Obviously, they're based off the Harlan and Wolf actual slipways that were used to build Titanic. And you can see I'm actually quite proud of this. This looks cool. Looks nice. Looks sleek. This was used to build many of the OG ships, like Titanic was constructed here, but the problem is the bigger ships get too big. So you'll look actually over here, we have this slipway that I built, or this isn't a slipway, this is a dry dock that I had to construct in order to build bigger and more massive ships like Costa Concordia here. You see Costa Concordia would never fit under these massive gangway stuff. Costa Concordia is a custom ship I built for Raptor and Runaway. Is the only cruise ship on the server, and like I said, custom built by me without Ritual Rouse, because Ritual Rouse refuses to make the tutorial. If y'all want a tutorial on this, let me know in the comments below. Let me know by liking and subscribing. I'm actually in the process of sending one up for y'all. I know many of y'all want this. So we won't explore Costa Concordia too much here, but you can see it. She's a nice ship.
At the back of the ship, there should be a small little warehouse.
You mean like at the back of the slipways?
Yep.
So yeah, if we come over here, this is just some of the workers' warehouses for, we'll
In the
go into
small shed,
we'll go into the main one
the
first.
right button opens the doors.
We'll go into the main one first. This is Harlem Wolf's main warehouse. They got a map of the original slipways, the three first blueprints. See what blueprint they're working on. They got some pods set up. They got in here. They got all the paints for all the ships, all the paints that you possibly need. You got in here. You can open it up. See, you got the white paint in there. Just a warehouse. So whenever they need to work, they need to work. Fire extinguisher. You know how it be. And then over here we got a smaller warehouse. This was not built by Harlem Wolf. This was built
It is a meth lab.
by our good friends. Runway 2014. Another account added to the.
Thank you.
Added.
You should show them that factory in Waston, by the way.
We'll get there. But we add that to the total of Runaway secret houses. So then that's pretty much it for Uber Chalut, the last little area. We'll go along the sides actually. You'll see it's an island, but it's also a man-made. It's supposed to be a man-made island. So all along it's stone constructed. And then over here is a very unfinished part of Uber Chalut, where there was supposed to be some more residential stuff. You can see the train comes over here. A Japan house that was actually also stolen from Raptor, which is crazy because usually Raptor's the thief. But Nick dabbled. You can see this is the part of Solar we were looking at earlier. And that's pretty much Uber Chalut for y'all. So as we make our way, we're actually going to go right now back to the small port. That way we can take SS Traffic to head over to our friends in Barglerson. So, while we're heading over there, Runaway, let me ask you, is there any final things we missed in Uber Chalut?
Go to the small ship docks and inside one of the nope, like the military ones. And I believe inside one of the stone ones there should be a house.
And what's one? These?
No, like in the physical dock itself.
There's some stuff in here. If it was working, you know how it would be. But in what?
The physical dock itself.
Hot.
In Raptor Sleep.
Like under it, maybe?
I'm pretty sure I put one down there. I might have been thinking about it. I don't really remember.
Just double check. Alright, I don't think there is anything down here. Runaway. Runaway has so many. He forgets sometimes. He forgets.
Or they're in the ships.
There might be one in the ships. Who knows? He might be a stowaway. We don't know.
I think I did cover it in stone though, so I think it is actually hidden.
Maybe, but I honestly don't want to do all that. So we're gonna keep on moving.
That's fair.
We will see right over here in the nice little Easter egg. We got Mexican Tug. If y'all watch Tugs, this is the Mexican Tug. Completely forget his name, unfortunately. We'll just call him Gabriel Iglesias. Is that the guy's name? Anyway, okay. Let's hop on the SS Traffic, and we are gonna head to the thief city of Burglarson. This is Nomadic. Nomadic takes us to Waston. We're gonna hop on the traffic, and we're gonna go to the thief city of Avalon. Welcome to Burglarson, y'all. Welcome to Burglarson. So this is Burglarson's smaller port. Literally only has this one ship traffic. We got this nice little port building. If we go over here, we can see this around the outskirts of Burglarson. It's kind of in between Waston and Burglarson, kind of unmarked territory. But this is the main, the Zero Tug and the Star Tugs, two little houses that they had. If you guys watch Tugs, these are their little docks. And we actually even got the microphone thing for the owners to talk out of. And I built every single Tug, and these are also all me. So if y'all want a tutorial for these too, y'all let me know, because I got every single Tug here. I even got the little sub, dude. USS Grampus, so Let me know. Let me know. We got OJ. We got everyone. So yeah, that's
O.J.
that.
Simpson.
That's that little secret. So while we're actually here, we're on the waters, so we might as well cover this real quick. This is the first ever major ocean expansion, built by Runaway, all hand built. Before we came up with the tactic to use commands to build the much bigger oceans. Runaway, would you like to talk about your ocean and the stuff that's in it?
Well,
Really got me.
never
Whatever
doing
you
that
want.
again. That's the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
Never again. Two, it's 3 layers if you want to actually go under the water and see.
You can actually grab a nice little night vision pot. So we can actually just see from above, so we can see we got the first layer here. I mean, you could tell it's hand built. Continue talking. Talking about your experience with each layer.
It took a very long time. Multiple stops of me doing it because I don't want to do it again. So long.
Alright, talking about some of the stuff that you've got on the sea floor.
There's a cave down there that I believe has Jake's donkey in it.
I believe my donkey's in here, right? Yeah, Mule. We love you, Mule. Nice to see you're still kicking after all these years.
There was originally going to be a teleporter down there. There should be like a weird glass hole. Oh, that's the Ocean Gate submarine.
You know how it is, you know how it is. Somehow this one hasn't gone bye-bye yet. I don't actually think we got into it.
I mean, the
no, yes, we
Logitech
do.
controller's in it if you actually go in it.
Yeah, we go in here, you can see we do have Logitech controller. Pretty lit. Actually, we even got some storage in here. Kinda crazy.
Yeah, where else do you think the billionaires are going to be?
So, I'll exit the ocean. So this is what he was talking about over here. You'll see we got his suicidal tug over there then. And this is the... We got his... So what was this from that you described?
Well, originally I was going to use the teleport to somewhere secret, but then Raptor ruined it.
That sounds like Raptor, yeah.
But it's just kind of a cool looking area.
It is. It's a nice little Easter egg under his ocean. So, as the one and only, forever only...
There is
Rainbow
a
Ocean.
house
Under
in...
the ocean?
I want to say in that yellow... In what Gage's yellow boat. The big one. I want to say there's one in there.
Interesting. Honestly, not even gonna
I
do all
believe.
the work to go. I mean, actually, wait. I don't think this one has its full interior yet. So maybe I will real quick.
I think it might be in the smokestack. There's a lot in smokestacks. Was it this one that we did? No.
Alright, well, let's talk about the ships in your ocean. There isn't many. Runaway didn't want many ships in his small little ocean, which is completely fair. But we do have a fair. We have his Raptor's nuclear sub. This is Raptor's first ever build on the entire server. Raptor is the owner of Burglar Sim, the city we're about to check out. And we have this sub completely man-built by him. This rocket's pretty nice. There's a reason why I just flew past it.
I don't know if I'd
We're gonna go in here. We won't really look too much inside, but we will.
What is his name?
I don't know what his name is, and to be honest, it doesn't really matter. What does matter is he's playing Fortnite.
I want to know his name.
He ran away from us. He doesn't want to talk to us. So, that's Raptor's sub. We also have one of Runaway's little fishing vessels. This one's slightly a bigger fishing vessel. You know who was built by Harlan Wolf. This one actually does have an interior, I think. I give it a small little interior. Yeah, I gave it a nice little mess hall. And on top of the mess hall, it also has, I believe, some bedrooms. Small, kind of sad bedrooms, but bedrooms nonetheless. And then this is the captain's hall. My what? Oh. This is actually the blueprint of this ship. And this is his captain's room. He's even got a nice bath. This bathroom's probably the nicest thing in this whole house, or this whole ship. And we got the actual Marconi wireless device. I didn't know I had one of these in here. That's kind of sick. And we got the actual steering place, which honestly is probably one of the best like steering rooms in the whole server of ships. Because I think I went a little too hard on that one. This is a nice little place, nice little ship indeed. And then we got Raptor, or not Raptor, Runaway, this little tug. And yeah, so now we're gonna move into Burglarson. I'm going to talk about it. I do have my friend Raptor here on the mic. You won't be able to hear him, but I'm sure he'll be yapping to me as I'm going through. So we're going to start out right. We're going to start out where pretty much the original idea all started for Burglarson. Raptor, before I built Gillette Stadium, the best stadium on the server, wanted to build
Going through the front door, there's a house.
He wanted to build a stadium of his own. And so he built this stadium. Raptor, does this stadium have a name? The stadium does not have a name, but this is Burglarson Stadium. Where's the house?
In the pillar, the blue one. Other one. Nope. Other one.
So of course you know the blue pillars. They got a house. You got it on the counter.
Well, they're ticket booth things.
And they're ticket booth things, but you got it on the counter.
Yeah, with the blue bed.
I guess he stays. You know, the ticket teller, he's gotta stay there 24/7. You know how it'll be. So, this stadium obviously is not as big and grand as Gillette, but it was a really good first stadium on the server. Originally, it was supposed to be meant for Waston, but since it was so far from Waston, this eventually, the whole place got turned into Burglarson. So, it was a pretty nice area. You got some speed horses stuck in the ground. I will admit, I did steal, literally copy and pasted the football field right from this place. So that's some thievery that I did. But if we come down here, we can actually see... Oh, never mind, wait. I forgot. Burglarson doesn't have any championships. Unfortunate, but... Honestly, if it was like a high school or even college stadium, it'd be pretty lit. I think it's still a lit stadium. Good first start. What it does have that Gillette doesn't is this epic flyover. That's looking sick. That's looking nice. But that was the very first build to Burglarson, so... Yeah, we'll move in a little bit. We'll start with the coastline over here. You can see some vehicles right off the bat. We got a golf cart, and then what do we got here? I don't even remember
That's
this.
the Bronco.
Oh, we got the Ford Bronco, the golf cart. We got another presidential German vehicle. We got a Hess gas station. If you don't know what a Hess is, you haven't lived. You simply haven't lived. Best gas station of all time. And
I'm partial to Speedway, thank you very much.
Speedway's the place that replaced Hess. So Speedway.
The dirt mound in front of you should have a house.
Speedway's second best, 100%. But dirt mound in front of me.
That one.
Is there a specific
There's no entrance.
Okay.
Actually, there is, I believe. All the way over there.
So this one, kind of crazy. He's got a whole ass house in here. Bro's ready to go. He's got a farm. And so yeah, just a basic house. And it does indeed have an entrance to the damn mound.
It does, actually, all the way over there. Raptor liked it enough where he made one.
And it's kind of nice, honestly. It's a nice thing. I will forever love this lighthouse. Looking on at the rest of the sea. We got a river that's going through. This is the Dutch district. We got some Dutch houses here. These are all stolen 100%, but a few of them are actually handcrafted from Nick and Jake, Sonic Builders. Well, they're all crafted by me in the end. But we got the Dutch house district. Over here we got the train station that's actually supposed to be stolen from New York City. Which
I want to say there's a house inside of the parking garage.
We got this place. This used to be, get to here, you can see the guy's gone, but it used to be hooked up to the rest of the trains before the train was replaced with the ships, which are now active. We got the skyscraper Raptor. Is there anything specific you want me to tell about these skyscrapers? Raptor's favorite building is this clay one. I'm gonna have to agree. So
Go
Raptor,
to the top of it.
Raptor is saying that it's his favorite one because he built without tutorial just
The
off the
window
dome.
washers.
The window washers, the part me and Runaway love so much about it, actually sick. Raptor did do a really good job with this one. Raptor, good job indeed. And I will say, something that Burgleson will always have Waston beat on, we just can't seem to get it down on Waston, is these skyscrapers, man. These
Go to that
skyscrapers
parking garage.
always seem to slap. These skyscrapers all came together way nicer than the skyscraper district in Waston did. The skyscraper district is pretty fire in Waston, or pretty fire in Burgleson. We even got Trump Tower, which Trump Tower's lit. You know how it be. You know how it be. Um, but yeah, that's the towers. And we do have a nice river going through, and honestly, the bridge is kind of fire as well. We'll look over here. We do have a suburbs district. We do have a suburbs district. It's all the same house stolen, of course, in the name. Stolen from Waston, just recolored in the freaking dirt and everything. We got a park. Run away, talk about the park.
Well, you see, if you actually don't ignore me and go to one of my places. But there's a seesaw that doesn't actually work because I got lazy.
You could have made it work.
There's monkey bars, there's a bunch of other stuff.
Can you puzzle that?
I'm very proud of the trees
work?
here. It's a very nice
What the
neighborhood.
fuck you mean you could have made it work?
I'm not gonna elaborate.
Okay.
I got bored and I got lazy.
Okay. Well, another really nice nature area.
Go to the parking garage though. I believe I have a house there. I gotta go to every single one of these things, dude.
I did say that. Like I said earlier, if it's nature and it's nice, it's Runaway. So let's go into the parking garage.
First floor behind the stairs.
Raptor actually labeled where the specific car is supposed to go, and we got another house, of course. Tally it down onto the list. We even got a nice rug in this one, some plants. Pretty nice.
Straight ahead inside of that green building.
Straight ahead inside the green building. We got another one. We back to back. They're neighbors.
We'll go to that one in a second. Go to the firehouse.
So if we go across through all the skyscraper district, we're actually going to move on. We'll go to the firehouse, I'm just saying, but we're also going to look. Over here we got a nice sort of Raptor was going to switch over to futuristic trains since Flying Scotsman moved out and was replaced by ships. And he was going to originally have a nice little tram, sort of futuristic train thing, going out throughout the city. So that's pretty lit. So we also have a movie theater here. He never finished like the area around it, but he got a nice look going on the outside. And in the interior was, remember, he was originally going to have me make a giant Titanic thing that may or may not be a certain scene that we were going to put there. But over here...
Paint me like one of your French girls.
Over here we got a fire station. Fire trucks, of course, built by me. Fire station, you know, okay, Raptor, I'll admit this is not one of your greatest jobs, but Runaway, you got someone in here.
Second floor in the area over there.
Oh gosh.
That's the freezer.
What?
You heard me, that's the freezer.
Sure enough, this one's actually quite the expensive room. He even blocked up the frickin' windows. This guy's crazy. This one, he's got a whole ass freezer in here. It actually looks so nice. I love the touch of the campfires. That's insane touch. Well, this guy's going too damn hard.
There's also a hammock set up in there.
Entrance. That one actually kind of makes sense though, because it's like the fireman's area. So that's pretty nice. But add to the tally, another secret house.
There's one inside of that building too, the bank.
We do have Burgleson City Bank. Just one of my earlier map arts, and it still holds up pretty nice, I honestly think. I do like it. And here, this new bank, it seems to be a common trend. We replace our old banks and we don't give them interiors. Same thing happened in Waston. Same thing happened here.
Is the old bank still there?
Old bank, I don't believe still here. We got random Walmart sign. You can see Burgleson still kind of has a certain situation like Richelieu unfinished. That's what you'll see with a lot of these cities that aren't Waston.
I had a house in that old bank.
That was unfortunate. Rest in peace, that house. We got another skyscraper there, another skyscraper there, and then we got the hospital here. Actually looked like he kind of started on interior, maybe. This hospital is nice. It probably is better than the one in Waston, low-key. I don't know if I helped him with it. I can't remember.
Jake, the dumpster.
The dumpster, right? So if we go back into the skyscrapers, we can come to this sandstone one right here. And we can go this, we have a nice little dumpster here. And if we go down the trap door, we can add this one to the tally. We got the Weezer room with yes,
functioning noises.
Functioning noises. I will now activate the noises for all of our ears to hear. Shield your ears if you are scared of Weezer. Here we go. Indeed, there you go. Functioning noises, ladies and gentlemen. So, moving on out of the Weezer room. We can go through the skyscrapers. Raptor was very nice at actually leaving some Easter eggs throughout Bergelsen, like we got the glass man up there, and down here we got the homeless alley. We got a dumpster, a campfire. Not much knife and crazy, but just nice little touches to make the city feel more alive. And go over here, what are these command blocks about? Up is off. Oh, these are his road commands. We got a stolen IRS. This is IRS 2. Stolen indeed. Going over here, we can leave the skyscraper district and go over to his very, very unfinished airport. And we can go back. We'll skip the airport for a quick second so I can show you some other stuff that we forgot. For example, some big boy birds, some old station stuff. That's his yacht, by the way.
Oh, there's a house in that yacht, too.
We'll actually look at his yacht real quick. This is Harlan Wolf Constructed. This was an original yacht that I actually took from a tutorial, and then I expanded it to be this long, and we had the helicopter on top. It's got a nice pool. Where's the house runway?
At the back under the pool.
Got a control deck, got area where Raptor could have built interior, but why would any of us actually build an interior unless you're a runaway and you're making a secret house, which we will now look at. Uh-oh. Thank God it's a slab. This one's actually very expansive as well. He's got his full-on armor down here. That's why, that's freaking fire. Yeah. I mean, it's good, it's a good one. How do I get out here safely? We'll go through here. I'll go back inland. Well, I'm running over.
There are 2 in Raptor's house.
You can see some stuff left over from the train station. And this is the last main district. This is Raptor's personal housing district. Some of the beach houses are here, so he had this old beach house. I actually own this one. I never did anything with the interior. Some bitch made me buy that. But anyway, this place is Raptor's house. This is Raptor's house. So we're gonna take a nice look. But before we look into Raptor's house, you'll know what to do. You gotta like and subscribe if you're watching and you haven't done it. What are you doing? What are you doing? You haven't even lived. If you haven't shared the great tale of Cringe Master 88. Lock in, y'all. Like and subscribe. Let's go look at Raptor's house. So, we got this nice tree. Yeah, again, you know the deal. If it looks nice in its nature, it's runaway. Come in here. First, we'll start with his garage. So, in here, he's got the Ford Bronco, which still has OJ in it. You know, if it doesn't fit, you must quit. Map art done by me. Raptor's got a lot of flags going on. So a voice in my head is telling me.
Yeah, there should be a button on the barrel.
And we got something going on down here. Y'all do not count that as a
There's
secret
no button
house.
back.
So
you remember where the one is in his house, Jake?
You can look at his pen. He's got hundreds of generations ones, right? Why not, you know? If you don't have Gen 1s in your life...
I believe there's one
what are you doing?
Under the one of the leaves, by the way. I don't remember exactly where.
This is a nice little garden, I won't lie. Raptor did a good job. This is an old yacht. This though, actually no, maybe this is not the one that I took and expanded. Maybe it is, I don't remember. This is an old yacht. for Runaways Ocean. Come over here. He's got actually a really nice grill outside.
I made it.
I was about to say, no way you made that. But, coming in here...
Jake, I'm warning Jake.
Alright, y'all, so...
I tried warning you. I tried.
You just said Jake 4 times right before I entered the damn house.
Okay,
Anyway,
well, I
y'all,
tried.
so remember, this is our good friend Raptor's. This is our good friend Raptor's house.
Jake!
What?
I wouldn't walk any further in
What
this
is
house.
Raptor's house is very interesting, and he's got some funny paintings in here.
Okay,
He
if
does
you
have
turn
an
around-
achievement, the Blue Ribbon Award. He's got the ship that Harlan Wolf built the fastest. And we're not going to look into any of his stuff, but we are going to look at this nice, lovely Napoleon painting that I
Don't
built.
look up. Don't.
We're not going to look around too much. We're gonna look at
You're
these
so
flags.
lucky that one of those on the fucking things on the walls.
You know how it be. I think this is his to-do list that, why would he do his to-do list? We go down here. We can see puffer fish. There's not really too much going on in Raptor's house, but that's that. Runaway guys.
There's a secret room in the house.
Oh, yeah. I already know where this one is, y'all. Let me go over here. We gotta go. It was up here.
You can't get in through the bottom. That's the exit door.
But you can see another one of Runaways. Another one of Runaways. Many, many houses added to the tally. And that's Raptor's. That's Raptor's area. So this is pretty much mostly Burgerson. We're going to move on to the airport now. But before I move over there, Raptor or Runaway, is there any final thoughts you have on Burgerson? Any final things you want to point out?
I don't own enough houses in it. I need to add more.
Raptor, anything you want me to point out? Alright.
You need to also
Raptor, is there
go
any
to his
thoughts,
dock.
Any thoughts you want me to share and say to the viewers about how you felt your experience building Burgerson?
Chunky is the
Fever,
best
y'all.
plane in the
Anyway, so
airport.
this is Raptor's very unfinished airport. He keeps talking about how big and grand it is, and yet barely built. We got the planes are nice. The planes are pretty built out. The planes are pretty lit. That's not even close. Not even close. Got Chunky. We love Chunky, and then of course we have the Trump jet. We got the Trump jet. Does the Trump jet have an interior? Why would it? Actually, little interior.
I think that's one of my
a Trump jet.
houses.
Is this another one? Y'all? Did he do it again? I don't think he did. I think that just exists. Alright, y'all. We're moving further and further away from Burgerson, but still technically Burgerson's land.
In one of those, there might be a house.
I already think I spotted something. What's going on in here? Yeah. We got another runaway house inside. This is the power plant factory that Raptor built. The oil factory, add on to the tally.
In one of the big oil, in one of the things with smoke coming out of them, there might be a house.
Mm-hmm.
I say might because I don't remember if I did put one in there or not. I did not. Or it's in the base of it, I don't know.
Way too thin. I mean, this would be a very easy target for a house.
No, I'm talking about, no, like that part. Okay, I didn't.
These would be very easy targets, a little too obvious easy targets for your house. But anyway. So he's got his oil thing there, and that's pretty much all Burgerson, y'all, so...
In the smokestack of that ship.
We've gone through some pretty major ships. Now, we are entering the final area of Burgerson, the port of Burgerson. In here is some of the biggest and grandest ships, honestly, that we built. This is the Queen Mary. Y'all know the Queen Mary, yeah, again, Rich Rouse. Go watch him, bro. This is his best ship by far. It's literally undefeated. Anyone can argue anything to me different. It's the best looking by far. It's got the most stuff going on the decks. And it seems like Runaway has another little house to tell us about in one of these smokestacks. Looking like it's going to be this one. Let's see what's up. Alright,
Me
would
and
you like to
Raptor
tell me?
got bored.
Yeah,
There's a grand piano in here.
okay.
Um,
Uh-huh. And a nice big bed.
I
Big bed.
don't exactly remember what was that. I think you were building a ship during this time or getting really upset at us for ship money.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know, y'all. But add to the damn tally. Honestly, if we're talking about me, this one's probably one of my favorites for Secret, but I'm a little biased. But yeah, Queen Mary. I mean, I'm not going to go in depth on the ships because they are on Ritual Rouse's page. But I will go in depth on the port of Burglarson. This port is based off the modern day version of the port that Titanic left from. Titanic left from Southampton, so this is Southampton's port building. I didn't finish the full port area, but we do got that going on. And you said there might be something at Queen Mary's Hall? First level, what do you mean, like here?
Jake,
So that's Queen Mary's Hall. We got Normandy here as well. Normandy's pretty damn old tutorial, but she still holds up. We got, I'm pretty sure this is Mauritania. And then we got SS Great Eastern. And here, who do we have here? We got a nice little camel.
That's the camel you wanted for the clip.
Ah, yeah, right, the camel. He chilling. We got the SS Great Eastern. Bye-bye, Raptor. And, yeah. So, with Bergerson fully
Question.
viewed. Yes.
When you were pasting the Titanic to move it, did you recopy it?
What do you mean?
You know how when you pasted the Titanic to move stuff, like to move stuff?
Yeah.
Did you copy it from the warehouse?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then there's a house on each of them.
That's interesting. Alright, well...
Because I put it there and you pasted it then. It should be on the back right rudder.
Let me double check our list, y'all. See where we're heading to next. If y'all ain't like and subscribed, what are we doing? What are we doing? So, we've gone all the way through the Burglarson. Next on the list is Crescentia. Crescentia, y'all. So to get to Crescentia from Burglarson, I believe we have to take the Normandy. David is on the stream. David Baldwinner, how you doing? That's my goat. Really? I'm your goat. You just might be my goat. You might just be my goat. David, we already covered your area. One of the earlier ones that got the lead. Your area's pretty lit. But anyway, we're gonna go over to Crescentia now on using the Normandy. Normandy's interior is actually quite extensive. We can click the button here. Welcome aboard the Normandy. So we'll explore Normandy's interior a little bit. This is the luxury suite of Normandy. All these interiors are completely 100% accurate to the original interior of the ships they represent. So we got a piano here. You know how it'll be. We got, it's a luxury suite of a ship, a classic ocean liner. We got this beautiful painting. This is by far the best map art I've ever done. We're each other's goat twin. 100%, 100%. This is my beautiful Napoleon painting. Probably the best map art I've ever done. Yeah, it's Napoleon. But let me check when you covered my area. When was that? Oh, to be completely honest, David, the stream died like 4 times. So I don't know which one of the 4 streams it was.
Probably like the second.
Probably the second, David.
It actually might be the first. If we're
taking a wild guess, it's probably the first. Actually, I'm going to say it's the first. And probably in the latter half of the first, because in the first was when we covered the most of Waston. No, because then we went back. I honestly couldn't tell you, David. It's in one of the first 2. Sorry about that. But we got the pool. Pool is not really this is the most interior work I did on a ship. And it's for a reason. I really love Normandy's interior. She's got one of the most beautiful interiors of all time on the ship. We got the bar here. This ship always fascinated me. If anyone knows why these poles were here on the actual ship, tell me, because I just feel like they'd be incumbent. Like, if you're trying to damn swim and I'm having to dodge poles in the way, like, what? What are we doing? But whether or not that's a thing, the interior is still really done. We got Ryan in the chat. Dildos, very interesting. Been awesome building this with you. Yes, it has. David, love to see you. Ryan is in the chat. Wild comment by Ryan, but great to see you, Ryan. Hope you're having a good summer so far, sir. If you haven't watched our movie we made with Ryan, we made with everybody, all the Carpentry Gang, best movie on the Cringe Master channel. Go check it out. Young Bucks of Business. Make sure you watch it. Make sure you like and subscribe, y'all. And we're gonna keep on moving with this interior guide. So we got a movie theater, completely accurate. And then we got some of the grand rooms here in Normandy. So this is where we can actually head over to Crescentia. But before we do that, we'll just check out this grand room, and then we got the dining room of Normandy. Really beautiful rooms. I went hard on these damn interiors, bro. I went too damn hard on these interiors. So anyway, let's head over to Crescentia. So, as a fun thing with these bigger ships, they all have their own little jingles. So, that's just a fun little tidbit. So we are now in Crescentia. Thank you, Jake Alicious. I can't wait to see your next big project. Thank you, Ryan. We'll see how it goes. Oh, but anyway, y'all. We're now in Crescentia. And Runaway, I must ask you, before we continue. Runaway?
Yeah, I'm here. What?
Alright, so. You're still planning to go to sleep at 10, right?
Yeah, probably. I got work in the morning.
Yeah, so that's 15 minutes, and we still haven't covered either of your cities. So low-key, chat, my dinner's here as well. This might be a 2-part stream. We might have to continue this another day, because 5-part stream. Crescentia is a very big place, and Moonlet's a very big place. We still have a lot more to cover, and for all those 2 cities are both Runaway's main cities. So I think this might just be the end of the stream, y'all. It was a very good time. I'm probably gonna end it here for tonight. Let's go let's go home. How about that? Y'all? We'll go home. So we'll check out a few ships that we can use to go home before we end the stream. Well, I'm heading home. I'm just gonna cover a few of remind y'all of the main cities that we were able to get through tonight. How can we get home? Runaway? We can use Olympic. That's how. Or Titanic. No, this is Olympic. Olympic, the best.
You know which ones go where. I don't honestly remember.
I know my frickin' ships very well. So today we were able to cover Waston. We were able to cover Ice Kingdom, Kaon, Nerdville, Sodor. So all of the places that are connected by land, by train. We were then able to cover both Uberschlu and Bergerlufsen, so 2 of the major big cities, Nix and Raptors cities, and it was a great time. We're going to head back to Uberschlu so we can head back home. I'll let you listen to the jingle. Don't worry, y'all. We'll make sure to explore Olympic and Titanic's interiors tomorrow, because we'll definitely be taking them again. But here we are, back in Uberschlu, and as we're flying, we'll just continue talking about what we did today. Tomorrow, or probably not tomorrow, but whenever we can get back on the stream, y'all, we're going to cover Crescentia, Adventures Bay, Cuba and Japan, Amsterdam, Moonlit, and everything and anything else that is on the server that isn't a main city. Runaway, as I'm heading back to the SS Nomadic to head back to Waston to end the stream. Do you have any final thoughts you want to share about today?
I don't know about final thoughts. I'm really thinking of if I have any more houses that I forgot about.
That's always thinking about, y'all. That's all he's got.
Might be a couple more tomorrow.
More houses. Well, whenever we stream next, of course, we're going to have Runaway's two major big cities. So Runaway is going to be doing a lot more talking next time, y'all. Don't worry, my voice, you won't have to hear my voice as much. My voice gets some rest. We actually don't want to go on that ship. We want to go on the Nomadic. Go downstairs, start your journey. The Nomadic actually got an extensive interior, but you know how it be. We gotta move. This stairs getting cold. This pizza. Onion, mushroom pizza. Best pizza, fight me. Anyway.
Onion mushroom?
Oh yeah, you know how it be, gang. I completely forgot. I said I was going to take White Beauty around on trip. We did not do that whatsoever. White Beauty, I'm sorry. When you unhook a lead, it goes right into your hand.
I have problems.
Did you? No, wait. Did you see that? When you unhook
yeah, that's
the
what
lead,
happened. They added that with the ghast update.
That's sick. Alright, well.
As long as you left click it.
White Beauty. I'm scared to open this. Come along in here, buddy. No, that doesn't mean... No. Uh-oh.
Jake?
White Beauty, why you running?
No, Jake, where's the speed horse?
Speed horse, he's in there.
I thought you had two.
No, I only have one.
Out the
All right,
door in a
White
second.
Beauty, if you don't go inside, buddy, we're gonna have max. Thank you. Okay, well, all animals are safely independent. I'm swiftly reminded why I don't take them out. Anyways, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Sorry for the technical issues. We had to redo the stream 5 times, and sorry we weren't able to get to everything tonight. Don't worry, we'll be right back with it another night. We got through pretty much half. That's pretty good. So we'll be right back with it, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Love all of you. See you next time. Peace.